This training video covers the basic employee use of PROCAS timekeeping on a laptop or desktop computer. Other training videos are provided for using PROCAS timekeeping on a mobile device, the first-time login process, and the standard login sign-out process on both desktop and mobile devices. Upon logging into PROCAS, users will see one of two home screens, the Accounting menu home screen or the Timesheets menu home screen, which you see here. Only users with accounting access will see the Accounting menu home screen. All other users will land on the Timesheets menu home screen, which displays the current period timesheet. Your system admin has predefined the timesheet cycle that you see, charge codes you have access to, the supervisor you're assigned to, and possible project-level approvers who will approve your submitted timesheets. PROCAS timekeeping uses charge codes that correspond with data set up in the PROCAS accounting system. Longer charge codes typically link your time to the project, task, or contract that you're working on. Your labor category is also part of the code. Shorter charge codes are generally for other types of labor, like overhead or G&A, or employee benefits like holiday time and PTO. Your available list of charge codes can be seen when you click the Add New Charge Code button. Some codes may have starting and ending dates, as well as budgeted hours, generally tied to a budget in the accounting system. Your system admin controls whether your codes have these criteria and if they're just informational or if they're a hard wall you'll run into when the hours are exhausted or you've reached the ending date of the code. In the menu on the left, you have the option to make any of these codes automatically display on your timesheet each new timekeeping cycle. Your admin may have done this for you prior to your first login, but you can make changes yourself anytime by clicking Establish Default Charge Codes. To enter time, click on the timesheet where the code meets the day. Here you see the timesheet entry detail screen, where you can type in your hours and any corresponding comment related to those hours. Internal comments are generally used for communicating something to your supervisor or project approver. External comments may be included as supporting documentation to an invoice that your company sends to a client. In the middle of the screen, you'll see the charge code and charge code breakdown. The descriptions on the right are likely more important to you than the codes in the middle. These descriptions denote the type of labor, the contract or project name, the task or CLIN description, your labor category description, and the pay code description of the particular charge code. You also have the option on this screen to change the charge code or the date you're recording time on. When you enter the hours and hit Save, you'll be redirected back to the timesheet, where your recorded hours will now be displayed. You can record hours on multiple codes in a single day. Hours are totaled up for the day at the bottom and for the charge code on the right. If you need to make a change, delete hours, fix comments, or add additional hours to a charge code on a particular day, click the recorded hours you wish to adjust. On this screen, you see the hours that you've recorded and the timestamp for when you did so. Click Add New Entry to make an additional entry of hours on that day and code. To change, delete, or fix the comments, click the hours. Now you're back on the entry screen. To change the hours or comments, simply type over the hours in the hours box or the comment down below. To delete, click the Delete button. If you need to remove hours from the timesheet, use the Delete function. Do not type a 0 in the hours box, as this will mess up the corresponding transaction in the accounting system for your timesheet. Any changes you make will be recorded in an audit trail, viewable by you, your supervisor, and the admin. Make the adjustment and click Save. To save the change, you must type out a reason for the change, which will be included in the audit trail. The change has now been saved on the timesheet. Click Show Audit Trail to see your audit trail and reasons for changes. When the timesheet cycle has ended and you've completed your timesheet, click Submit for Approval to send the timesheet to your supervisor. By clicking the Submit button, you are electronically signing your timesheet and attesting to its completeness and accuracy. Your supervisor will receive a notification that you've submitted your timesheet. You'll receive an email notification when your supervisor approves or disapproves your timesheet. If you need to fix a submitted timesheet, you can do so as long as the timesheet is not locked, even if your supervisor has already approved the timesheet. A lock is applied when your administrator sends the timesheet to the accounting system, at which point the timesheet is locked and only available to you in read-only format. The Timesheets menu on the left has the options for you to retrieve, view, edit, and create timesheets. You also have options to run reports on your timesheet data, like labor utilization and detail exports to Excel. Your company may also offer you paid time off. In the Timesheets menu, you have the option to submit a PTO request to your supervisor. You'll see the charge codes for PTO, as well as the hours you've accrued or been budgeted for, the hours remaining for use, the starting and end date of the code, and the earned through date if your company does PTO accrual by period. To make the request, click the code. Fill out the request and click Submit. Your supervisor will receive a notification that you've submitted a PTO request. You'll receive an email notification when your supervisor approves or disapproves the request. In the menu on the left, you have options to retrieve submitted requests, edit retrieved requests, or run a PTO request report to see the approval status and history of your submitted requests. At the top right corner of the screen is a settings link. Here, you can change your PROCAS password and make changes to the theme or color scheme of your PROCAS account. When you're finished, click Sign Out in the top right corner of the screen and then close all related browser tabs and windows. For more detailed written instruction on using the desktop version of PROCAS Timekeeping, please refer to the Time User Instructions document, which you can download anytime in the desktop version of PROCAS under the Timesheets submenu of the Resources menu.